Hey all, welcome to Filmography. Today we are going to talk about the top 10 movies of Denzel Washington. The man, the myth, the legend of Hollywood. Let's dive in.
Protocol! There's no protocol for this!
10th on our list is Safe House, a 2012 American action thriller film directed by Daniel Espinosa, written by David Guggenheim, and starring Denzel Washington and Ryan Reynolds. The film follows Matt Weston, a CIA officer on a low-level posting in Cape Town, South Africa, who is in charge of a safe house where the CIA is interrogating Tobin Frost, a veteran operative accused of betraying the agency. When the safe house is attacked by mercenaries, Weston flees with Frost in his charge. As the team of killers, who seem to be one step ahead of the pair, track them throughout Cape Town, Weston wonders who to trust. Vera Farmiga, Brendan Gleeson, Sam Shepard, Ruben Blades, Nora Arnester, and Robert Patrick co-star. Safe House was Espinosa's first English-language film. Filming took place on location in Cape Town. The film premiered in New York City on February 7, 2012, and was released in U.S. theaters on February 10, 2012, by Universal Pictures. This film was a commercial success, earning $208 million worldwide against an $85 million budget.
Whoever crashed it, they were invited. Someone told them, someone you know.
You're not gonna get in my head.
I'm already in your head.
Tears on the mausoleum floor. Blood stains the Coliseum floor.
So they're working together?
Even the sky is a feast.
I think Weston's turned.
Tell me about a girl.
16 seconds.
Afraid to make a single sound. Afraid I will never find a way out. So here I am and I will not run.
19 seconds.
Ninth on our list is The Equalizer, a 2014 American vigilante action thriller film directed by Antoine Fuqua and written by Richard Wenk. It is based on the 1980s TV series of the same title and the first of 3 films starring Denzel Washington. The cast includes Martin Chokas, Chloe Grace Moretz, David Harbour, Bill Pullman, and Melissa Leo. Washington plays Robert McCall, an ex-Marine and DIA officer who reluctantly returns to action to protect a teenage trafficking victim from the members of the Russian mafia. Principal photography took place in Massachusetts from May 2013 to September 2013. The world premiere for The Equalizer was held at 2014 Toronto International Film Festival on September 7, 2014, and it was released worldwide on September 26, 2014. The film received mixed reviews from critics and grossed $192.3 million worldwide. The sequels The Equalizer 2 was released on July 20, 2018, and The Equalizer 3 was released on September 1, 2023.
Had enough? Because I can keep going. Brick by brick, body by body. What do you see when you look at me? What do you see when you look at me?
It's too late to start over.
Those sailors out there are just boys. Boys who are training to do a terrible and unthinkable thing. And if that ever occurs, the only reassurance they'll have that they're doing the proper thing is going to derive from their unqualified belief in the unified chain of command. That means we don't question each other's motives in front of the crew. It means we don't undermine each other. It means they hear your voice right after mine.
Crimson Tide is a 1995 American submarine action thriller film directed by Tony Scott and produced by Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer. It takes place during a period of political turmoil in Russia, in which ultranationalists threaten to launch nuclear missiles at the United States and Japan. The film focuses on a clash of wills between the seasoned commanding officer of a U.S. nuclear missile submarine, Gene Hackman, and his new executive officer, Denzel Washington, arising from conflicting interpretations of an order to launch their missiles. The story parallels a real incident during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Hans Zimmer, who scored the film, won a Grammy Award for the main theme, which heavily uses synthesizers instead of traditional orchestral instruments. An extended cut, which incorporates 7 minutes of deleted scenes, was released on DVD in 2006, while the 2008 Blu-ray release only includes the theatrical version.
I'm the commander of this fucking ship! Give me that goddamn key! Millions of lives at stake here if Peter don't make a dumb decision! 1, 2...
I have a case.
I don't want him to even breathe on me.
You don't want it for personal reasons.
Thank you, that's correct, I don't.
That's very disappointing.
Sir, wouldn't you be more comfortable in a research room?
No. Would it make you more comfortable?
Beckett, how you doing?
Counselor.
Did you find a lawyer?
There's gonna be...
Seventh, we have Philadelphia, a 1993 American legal drama film directed and produced by Jonathan Demme, written by Ron Niswaner, and starring Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington. Filmed on location in its namesake city, it tells the story of attorney Andrew Beckett, Hanks, who comes to ask a personal injury attorney, Joe Miller, Washington, to help him sue his former employer, who fired him after discovering he was gay and that he had AIDS. The cast also features Jason Robards, Mary Steenburgen, Antonio Banderas, and Joanne Woodward. Philadelphia is notable for being one of the first mainstream Hollywood films not only to explicitly address HIV, AIDS, and homophobia, but also to portray gay people in a positive light. It premiered in Los Angeles on December 14, 1993 in a benefit for the AIDS Project, and opened in limited release on December 22, before expanding into wide release on January 14, 1994. It grossed $206.7 million worldwide, becoming the ninth highest-grossing film of 1993.
Andrew Beckett, because he had AIDS.
The general public's hatred, our loathing, our fear.
In this courtroom, Mr. Miller, justice is blind to matters of sexual orientation.
We don't live in this. How many lawyers you go to before you call me?
9.
Looked like you pulled some kind of move up there, man. You saved a lot of lives.
We are in a dive.
I have no control on my side.
We going down? Everybody embrace position.
At sixth, we have Flight, a 2012 American drama film directed by Robert Zemeckis, written by John Gattens and produced by Walter F. Parks, Laurie McDonald, Steve Starkey, Zemeckis, and Jack Rapk. The film stars Denzel Washington as William "Whip" Whitaker Sr., an alcoholic airline pilot who miraculously crash lands his plane after a mechanical failure. What follows the crash paves the way for this exceptional movie of 2012. Flight premiered at the New York Film Festival on October 14, 2012, and was theatrically released the following month on November 2nd. It received generally positive reviews from critics, who praised Washington's performance and Zemeckis' return to live-action filmmaking, his first such film since Castaway and What Lies Beneath in 2000. The film was also a commercial success, grossing $161.8 million against a production budget of $31 million. Flight appeared on multiple critics' year-end top 10 lists and received 2 nominations at the 85th Academy Awards for Best Actor, Washington, and Best Original Screenplay. Flight is definitely a Denzel masterpiece.
The NTSB hearings in 10 days.
Get out of the microscope right now.
Are you hiding something?
You gonna shoot me? Can I come inside?
Yeah, come on inside. I'll shoot you inside.
Run!
Fifth on our list is Man on Fire, a 2004 American vigilante action thriller film directed and produced by Tony Scott, with a screenplay by Brian Helgeland and co-produced by Arnon Milchan. It is based on the 1980 novel of the same name by J.H. Quinnell. The film stars Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning in lead roles, alongside Christopher Walken, Radha Mitchell, Giancarlo Giannini, Mark Anthony, Rachel Tickerton, and Mickey Rourke in supporting roles. This adaptation shifts the setting from Naples, Italy, to Mexico City, diverging from the earlier 1987 film version of Quinnell's novel, which was also produced by Milchan. The film follows a despondent, alcoholic former CIA officer-turned-bodyguard who embarks on a violent revenge spree after a 9-year-old under his charge is kidnapped in Mexico City. Man on Fire was released in the United States by 20th Century Fox on April 23, 2004. The film received mixed reviews from critics, with praise for Washington's performance and the film's intense action sequences. However, it was criticized for its graphic violence and pacing. It emerged as a commercial success at the box office, grossing $130 million worldwide against a production budget of $60 to $70 million. Fanning's performances earned her nominations for the Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Young Performer and the Young Artist Award for Best Leading Young Actress in a Feature Film. Additionally, the film received 2 nominations at the 36th NAACP Image Awards, Outstanding Motion Picture and Outstanding Actor in a Motion Picture for Denzel.
I'm gonna kill him.
Tell me about Chrissy. I'd like to understand him.
Denzel.
A man can be an honest in anything.
It depends on how good he is at it.
Chrissy's art is death. He's about to paint his masterpiece.
Known as Deja Vu. You arrive at a place.
We have Deja Vu on 4th. Deja Vu is a 2006 American science fiction action film directed by Tony Scott, written by Bill Marcilli and Terry Rossio, and produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. The film stars Denzel Washington, Paula Patton, Jim Caviezel, Val Kilmer, Adam Goldberg, and Bruce Greenwood. It involves time travels back in time in an attempt to prevent a domestic terrorist attack that takes place in New Orleans. It is a mystery thriller beyond the scope on entertainment. Filming took place in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. The film premiered in New York City on November 20th, 2006, and was released in the United States and Canada on November 22nd, 2006. It received mixed reviews from critics and grossed $180.6 million worldwide against its $75 million production budget. It was the 23rd most successful film worldwide for 2006. Deja Vu is a cinematic stellar, and that is why it's ranked at 4th.
I got it.
You know you don't have to do this.
What if I already have?
Deja Vu. If you think it's just a feeling, go back and look again.
Why? Because I can.
Are you the hostage negotiator? That's right, Detective Frazier. This is Detective Mitchell. What do you got?
Put on one of these suits and these
Third on our
masks.
list is Inside Man. Inside Man is a 2006 American crime thriller film directed by Spike Lee and written by Russell Gewertz. It centers on an elaborate bank heist-turned-hostage situation on Wall Street. The film stars Denzel Washington as Detective Keith Frazier, the NYPD's hostage negotiator, Clive Owen as Dalton Russell, the mastermind who orchestrates the heist, and Jodie Foster as Madeline White, a Manhattan fixer who becomes involved at the request of the bank's founder Arthur Case to keep something in his safe deposit box protected from the robbers. Gewertz spent 5 years developing the premise before working on what became his first original screenplay. After he completed the script in 2002, Imagine Entertainment purchased it to be made by Universal Pictures, with Imagine co-founder Ron Howard attached to direct. After Howard stepped down, his business partner Brian Grazer began looking for a new director and ultimately hired Lee. Principal photography took place on location in New York City from June to August 2005. Inside Man premiered in New York on March 20th, 2006, before being released across the United States 4 days later. It received generally positive reviews from critics and earned $184.4 million worldwide against its $45 million production budget, making it the highest-grossing film in Lee's filmography.
Protected.
Just let everybody stay calm, okay?
Don't I sound calm to you?
Yes, you do.
Look, Detective, there are matters at stake here that are a little bit above your pay grade.
Why don't you just tell the mayor to raise my pay grade to the right level and problem solved? The man I worked for had one of the biggest companies in New York City. He didn't own his own company. White man owned it, so they owned him. Nobody owns me, though.
American Gangster takes the second spot. A 2007 American biographical crime film directed and produced by Ridley Scott and written by Steven Zaillian. The film is loosely based on the criminal career of Frank Lucas, a gangster from La Grange, North Carolina who smuggled heroin into the United States on American service planes returning from the Vietnam War, before being detained by a task force led by Newark detective Richie Roberts. The film stars Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe, with co-stars Ted Levine, John Ortiz, Josh Brolin, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Ruby Dee, Lamari Nadal, and Cuba Gooding Jr. Because of the film's rising budget, Universal canceled production in 2004. After negotiations with Terry George, it was later revived with Scott at the helm in March 2005. Principal photography commenced over a period of 5 months from July to December 2006. Filming took place throughout New York City and concluded in Thailand. American Gangster premiered in New York on October 20th, 2007, and was released in the United States on November 2nd. The film was well received by critics and grossed over $266 million worldwide. Many of the people portrayed, including Roberts and Lucas, have stated that the film took much creative license with the story, and 3 former DEA agents sued Universal claiming the agency's portrayal was demoralizing. American Gangster was nominated for 21 awards, including 2 Oscar nominations for Best Art Direction and Best Supporting Actress for Ruby Dee, who also won a Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Supporting Role.
You give me 18 months, I give you a career.
Freeze up! Down the floor!
That's what I'm talking about. The first day on the job, you hit a $3 million.
The premiere movie on our list is Training Day. Training Day is a 2001 American crime thriller film directed by Antoine Fuqua and written by David Ayer. It stars Denzel Washington as Alonzo Harris and Ethan Hawke as Jake Hoyt, 2 LAPD narcotics officers followed over a 24-hour period in the gang-ridden neighborhoods of Westlake, Echo Park, and South Central Los Angeles. It also features Scott Glenn, Eva Mendes, Cliff Curtis, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Macy Gray in supporting roles. Training Day was released on October 5, 2001, by Warner Brothers Pictures. It received generally positive reviews from critics, who praised Washington and Hawke's performances, but were divided on the screenplay. The film received numerous accolades and nominations, with Washington's performance earning him the Academy Award for Best Actor, and Hawke being nominated for Best Supporting Actor at the 74th Academy Awards. A television series based on the film, produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, was announced in August 2015 and premiered on February 2, 2017, on CBS. Only Noel Guglielmi, Tom Berenger, and Raymond J. Barry reprised their roles. The show was canceled after 1 season. This wraps up today's episode of Top 10. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you all.
Go. What more you want? I want justice.
Is that not justice?
That's street justice.
What's wrong with street justice?
You gotta decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.